Welcome back to the 5Q VO Pro podcast. As always, it's the same 5 questions and a different VO Pro answers. I'm your host, Bryan Showalter, Chief Engineer at LA Digital Recording. And today in the hot seat, I have one of my favorite animation voice actors. You might know her as the voice of Jimmy Neutron. It's my true pleasure to introduce Debi Derryberry. How you doing, Debi?
Hey, Bryan. Thanks for having me today. I'm good. It's so good to hear your voice.
Oh, to hear yours as well. I haven't got to see you as much lately in this current environment, but it's always great to hear you nonetheless.
And I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry you haven't got to see me because, my roots in my hair and I'm looking so great in my jammies.
We're all struggling. All right, cool. Let's jump right into it. Question number 1. What were some of the jobs you were doing before becoming a full-time voice-over actor?
I think there were 3. All right. So when I finished college, I didn't go to med school. I didn't want to go to medical school. I wanted to move to Nashville and be a country singer.
Yeah.
But I had my real estate license. I thought, I'll get my real estate license. So I did a little real estate commercial jobs here in LA after college, just doing research and stuff. And then when I moved to Nashville, I got my residential real estate license there, and I did some of that while I was pursuing singing. And I waited tables in Nashville for a lot of years, maybe 3-4 years, and then I waited tables in college as well. So yeah, we've got your waitressing and real estating and session singing.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the real estate stuff.
Who knows? I always think, things go south with VO, then maybe I'll do real estate again.
Question number 2. What has been your favorite voiceover gig of all time?
So I get that question a lot in interviews, and I never have an answer. I feel like people want me to say Jimmy Neutron because,
of course,
favorite, is that my favorite as in I had so much fun doing it? Yes, but I have fun in doing a lot of them, a lot of my jobs. But Jimmy Neutron was the same character for so long, and people still love it so much that I'd probably have to say that one. But there are a few others that stand out, Howie Mandel's cartoon Bobby's World. I did his girlfriend Jackie, who had the long ponytails, and she was the voice of reason. That was super fun because it was Ginny McSwain directed it, and the whole thing of Bobby's World was to dial it down. I could have no energy. She'd be like, less. Give me less, which is really challenging.
Especially for you. You've got a lot of personality.
F is for Family. Yeah, I have some personality. But F is for Family season 4 is dropping, and it's now available to watch on Netflix. And they let me play 7 characters, which again is so much fun.
Yeah.
But that's not favorite character. That's like, oh my gosh, this show is so fun. But there's a character on that show called Bridget, who is just a foul-mouthed, raunchy little gal. She's 10 years old, and I get to say things that a sailor would blush.
And she's 10. That's great. All right, question number 3. What has been your worst VO session of all time? Either difficult director or just you were struggling to find the character. What's one of those sessions that just did not go well and you still think about it?
Well, I think I put it out of my mind, and because until you said that right now, I didn't remember it. But now that you mention it, there was this one video. There was a video game session, and they wanted the character does like a backflip. He's a little boy, and he did a backflip into his landing for like a ninja move.
Yeah.
And the director had me do it so many times that my whole body was involved. It was like that kind of thing. And I was like jumping and moving, and I ended up with whiplash.
Oh my gosh.
After that session. Yeah. It was so brutal. And since then, this was many years ago, but as a director as well as a voice artist, I find that if I'm not getting the take I want from the actor, or if I'm not giving the take that the director wants in the first 2 or 3 takes, then for God's sakes, give me a line read or allow me to give you a line read, which for people who don't know acting, line read is when the director's hearing it in his head and he's trying to give you lots of direction to get that read, like, no, a little softer, or be more angry about it, or this just happened and go up at the end. And if you're just not getting it, then give me the line read and save us all the trouble and the whiplash.
Save us the whiplash. I'm not sure how many times that phrase has been used, but that's good. That's good. Physical. Wow, I haven't had a physical answer to that question yet. That's great. Question number 4. What's one piece of advice you'd give to the people just getting started in voiceover or struggling to kind of, make it more their full-time gig?
Easy answer, get my book.
Mm-hmm.
Voiceover 101, How to Succeed as a Voice Actor. When I look at people and what they do during their day for fun, that tells me what they enjoy doing. I've had a number of students who I've given homework to, but they're busy doing the things they love, whether it's, dressing up, going to conventions, rescuing kitties. The things that they love to do are where they spend their time.
Right.
So I would say make sure you love it, because like any job, voiceover is a business. And that means you don't just say, I'm going to be a voice artist and my hopes are that next week I'll be a Disney princess or be on a Nickelodeon show. Because it doesn't work that way unless you know somebody or you have an in. And it's a lot of hard work. But it's not hard work if you like it. There's a lot of networking to be done. Like anyone listening to this podcast will go, oh, how do I connect with Debbie? Maybe I can coach with her. Or Bryan has a studio. I want to meet him because sometimes he gets commercials and he's like, who can do this voice? I'll recommend this person.
Yeah.
Or he's doing a class with this agent teaching, and this agent I really want to meet. It's a lot of networking and keeping track of who you have met and your thoughts about them, and do they remember you? And do you expect them to remember you? Really? With all those people they meet, how are they going to remember you? What is going to be the thing that stands out? Is your thumbnail going to be pink and flashy? Are you going to have some drab website? Are you going to show up and not say anything? Are you going to show up all the time with pink hair so they'll go, oh, that girl with the pink hair? It's a business.
Yeah.
It's hard. But it's not hard if you love it.
That is really good. But yeah, you definitely have to love it because it takes that much work. If it's, if you're struggling to put in the work and, do the homework, then it's probably not going to be for you. It's like you got to really look forward to doing all that stuff and love it that much to be successful at it, I think.
Yeah, to spend the time. If what you love to do is paint, then and voiceover, maybe you're going to paint pictures. And I know people that this one artist she did a caricature of me. And it was great. Cool. And she did caricatures of other people. Yeah. She's incorporating that into how she's finding her way into the business.
That's cool.
I have another girlfriend who makes cookies with amazing tops on them. They're so beautiful and tasty and cool. Well, those are what she gives to agents or casting directors or... that's what she does and how she incorporates it. So everybody has some way of making their appearance, their presence special and recognized and remembered.
That is really great. All right, question number 5. Last one. What's a quote or an anecdote, something that stuck with you over all your years in voiceover?
It's something my dad always said. And not that he was a cynic, but he was pretty realistic. And he would say, when in doubt, don't. So, and then he said something else. If you can't decide, it doesn't matter. And both of those things have made a big difference in my life. Like if I find myself vacillating between a decision, do I wear the red shirt or the blue shirt? What should I do, this or that? And if you're really fussing back and forth, then really it doesn't matter.
Wow,
flip a coin.
Great. Yeah, that's great.
And then as far as the when in doubt, don't, if you second guess yourself on something like a pair of shoes, you try it on and, it feels like that little thing in my heel's bugging me, but I can put up with it because it's a really cute pair of shoes. Yeah, well, you're not going to wear them. Trust yourself. I know you said one, but I have another one.
No, please.
When a door opens, I say run through it. And that, if you're doubting whether you should run through it or not, think about why you have the doubts.
Yeah.
If it's just that you're scared, that's not what I'm talking about.
Right.
That's all the more reason to run through that door.
Right.
If you're scared because, can I really do it? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
If you're saying that person has been really abusive to other people, that's a good reason not to go through the door.
Right.
But if it's just the fear of the unknown, get on through that door because it's an opportunity. And I say, take your opportunities.
Debi Derryberry, thank you so much for coming on and talking with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Bryan. Those were inspired, wonderful questions.
Oh, thank you so much. It's always great to talk to you, and hopefully I'll see you sooner than later.
Have a great day.
All right, that wraps up another episode of the 5Q VO Pro podcast. I'm your host, Bryan Showalter. Join us each week for the same 5 questions, but a different VO Pro giving you the answers.